Thank you very much there, Shima. And didn't Shima do a fantastic job of introducing the speaker?
Yeah.
Very much on the fly as well, so very great. Now, why do we introduce speakers? Well, I guess there's lots of different reasons, and what we need to do is really kind of break down to it. Now, Shima did a great job there tonight and on the fly, but what we're trying to do is, in life, you'll always get an opportunity to introduce speakers. Whether it be in a Toastmasters or a Speechcraft situation like tonight, and in the following weeks where you'll be doing a Toastmaster role yourself, or whether it be in the workplace when you're chairing a meeting, putting on a conference between people, or maybe you're just meeting with a client and you need to introduce your specialist. There's always a way to introduce them. So what we're going to do tonight is look at how to take a great introduction like Shima's and take it up to the next level. Now, there's some important things that we need to know about introductions. But really, what's the importance of an introduction for a speaker? Well, it's to create a smooth transition, and in Shima's example there tonight, she smoothly transitioned from our chairperson and our speaking roles into a new setting of the evening. It's to put the audience in a proper mindset. Now, Shima did a wonderful job of this because she introduced why this is important to listen to this educational and what you'll be taking away from it. And she also set up the tone of the educational, making sure that you also knew that what you'll be thinking there tonight. The other thing that you can do when introducing a speaker is really build up the speaker's authority, because this is to add credibility to the person after speaking. So if you're introducing a specialist, he may be a 3-year specialist working in the field of IT, and this gives credibility to the audience actually speaking. For myself, presenting educational this evening, Shima, if she had a chance to speak to me beforehand, could have found out that I had 2 years Toastmaster experience, and I've also worked in many different public speaking fields, which builds up my credibility and asks the audience to see why you should be listening to me. Now, with any introduction to speakers, there's some essential things that you need to do. Their name, probably one of the most important things, of course. Also, what they're going to be talking about. Find out the speech topic, and a little bit of background on what it actually does and the credibility which is going towards everyone. Also, find out about the speech title. With the example of Freddie there tonight, he found out the speech title for each speaker's speech beforehand. So these are all important ones. And the general etiquette in a Toastmaster setting, or in any setting that you may find, is to get up here, introduce the speaker by name first of all, give them a little bit of background about what the speaker is going to be speaking about, and then follow up with the speaker's name and the title of their speech, the title of the speech and the speaker's name. And this really grounds it to what needs to be done. Also, in a Toastmaster setting, we also have some extra things. So it may be the speech assignments. Just the same as last week you did the icebreaker, this week you did get to the point. This is a really good one to introduce it to the audience as well, and basically get to with it. Other things that you may go over is the speech objectives. This way the audience in a Toastmaster setting will know what the speaker's doing, whether it be an icebreaker, to get up and show their general speaking experience for the first time, also to discover speaking skills that they never knew that they had, or get to the point, which we'll be doing next week, which is all about researching a topic and identifying different key points in that topic and presenting it towards the audience. This way, in a Toastmasters environment, we know what it's about. The other thing which is important is the delivery time. In Toastmasters, every speech has a timing, so it's good to introduce this, not only for the speaker, but also for the timer up the back, so they go with it. Now, there's a couple of things that you need to think about when you're drafting your introductions. First of all, with an introduction, really, you've got to think about the approach. Why are we introducing the speaker? And the approach that everyone should really think about is, I want to make this speaker feel as welcome as possible up on the stage. And so many times I've seen people introduce, and it doesn't really come across that. Now, whether it be in a Speechcraft situation like this, or in a workplace environment, it's important that the speaker feels welcome and is confident to come up and speak in front of the audience. Otherwise, this could throw off the speaker itself and other people. The other thing that you need to think about when you're introducing a speaker is the length. I've seen too many introductions which take all day. Keep it short, keep it sweet. 30 to 45 seconds, that's probably all you need. And then pass it on to the speaker, because really the focus should be on there. Also, the delivery. Is the speaker going to do an educational like tonight? Are they going to do a humorous speech? Is it going to be a topical speech? You can tailor your delivery in different ways to build up to the speaker itself. It may be a humorous speaker, so you decide to be a little bit more bubbly and upbeat to bring the speaker up. It may be an educational, so you give some interesting facts about what the speaker will be speaking about. As in, Freddie has just come back from a trip to China doing business, and he's going to be talking about modern economic policy. Also, clarify any points which may help the audience introduce there. So, spend some time with the speaker beforehand, and if they are going to be talking about modern economic policy, find maybe 2 or 3 things which will add to that as well. Now, there's some things probably not to do. When you're giving an introduction, try not to upstage the speaker. Just say if Dimitri's speaking about Bali, don't go, Dimitri tonight is doing a speech on his holiday to Bali. Oh, when I went to Bali, oh my god, I went to this nightclub, it was fantastic, the girls, oh. You've just taken the power away from Dimitri, and maybe you're a little bit more entertaining, or maybe you've put Dimitri off because he should really be the focus of attention. Don't reveal too much of the speech's detail. Mina's speech on cricket there tonight. I'm walking Mina to the stage and she's going to be speaking about cricket. She's going to be talking about Don Bradman being Australia's best cricketer and many other things there. Don't praise the speaker too much. Why? Toby is a fantastic humorous speaker. Oh, last time he spoke, Toby was absolutely fantastic. Once again, this is building the speaker too much, up too much. But all in all, there's some things to do. Now, that's how to introduce the speaker, and there's some great ideas, and all of the information can actually be found in project number 4 in your Speechcraft manual if you want to revisit it. But the introduction is only the beginning. After you introduce the speaker, just as tonight, there's also a bridging component at the end. So after the speaker's spoken, make sure that you get up, shake their hand, thank them very much for speaking, and also maybe just do a quick bridge to comment on it before you move on to the next speaker's introduction. And that's how we introduce speakers. So next week, if you're doing an introduction role yourself, it's a great way to get started. Or as Kazuki said, just by doing these few points, you move yourself from being a great introduction to the next level. So if you're sitting in a business meeting, if you're introducing your boss, wow, fantastic. These are the things which are going to make you look like a more confident and successful speaker. Thank you very much, and I'll pass back to our chairperson.